Hey guys, this is Tigress coming back to you with Overwatch 2. So, today, as usual, we are going to be trying to rank up into gold. But also, I was in the mood to stream again, and I did say if I was streaming, it'd be Overwatch. See, guys, 9 times out of 10, which is annoying on my end. If I say, like, yesterday I streamed my Rivals because I ended up being free, but because I normally stream on Saturdays, my mind is Saturdays need to stream. I said in yesterday's I was like, I probably will end up streaming, and it'll be Overwatch. So in my mind, it's like, okay, need to stream Overwatch tonight. And if I'm perfectly fine and I don't feel ill or anything, or like knackered or tired or anything, then 9 times out of 10, if I say I'm probably going to stream, I probably will. We are going to play some competitive. I do at some point still need to do my roll queue. Because, guys, I keep basically putting off because originally it was like 5 games of each, I'm pretty sure at one point. I'm hoping it's not each season. I don't mind doing this every 3 or 4 seasons. I'd prefer it to be like wait until I get up to like season 20, then 25, and then 30, 35 onwards. But I don't want to be redoing 40 rank placement matches every season. I wish it completely was just a case of it made you redo your open queue games, but like you had the option of redoing them, where it'd be a case of, do you want us to place you how we think you placed last season, or would you like to redo your ranked games? I will at some point get them done. It won't be tonight, but at some point I will. But like we're 8% into silver 1, so close to gold. Also, I really want to get a new gold weapon this season, and I'm up to a Hero's Ascension. Do you know? Also, guys, I have slacked when it comes to doing my dailies today. Like, I do 3 games, which is basically just complete. Basically, do 3 games in unranked. Like, basically, the way to do it is 3 games in unranked all roles. That's basically just the standard. Sometimes it'll just be unranked, sometimes it'll just be all roles, sometimes it'll just be play 3 games. Unfortunately, I didn't get to win a game in those because I got chucked into a game that was literally about to end when I first went into a game. Second game then got absolutely obliterated, and the third game was the same. But weirdly enough, the first game I feel like was probably slightly better because although the game was almost it wasn't the first. Second, I feel like it was. But then that went back and forward. So at the time of streaming, guys, I don't have plans to stream tomorrow night. I'm kind of tempted to experiment with something. It will be the German map. I'm not going to attempt to pronounce that, but it'll be the castle. See, guys, the thing I'm tempted to do is chuck out 2 episodes of Craftmon this week. See, the thing that this will very much depend, because even if I do record an episode tomorrow, there won't be an episode out until Wednesday. So what will happen is, if come like Wednesday, episode 3 is still not doing as good, guarantee you now, none of the heroes I picked will get banned. Mercy's 100% getting banned. I don't know why. Mercy's not that bad. Sombra I get. It'll be Mercy Sombra. Ooh, Tracer. Kinda wish Mercy wasn't, because if I do need to play support, I would have wanted to play Mercy. That's kind of annoying, but... See, annoyingly, it's kind of 3 heroes that I have played. Tracer years ago I wanted to get better at back in Overwatch 1, but... never did, because... Like, I learned how to play Tracer at the basic levels, like times and timing and all that lot, but
I aim to captivate.
I will change if I need to.
In this world, pacifism is foolish.
What makes you think I am a pacifist?
You sure talk like one.
Perhaps it is assumptions that are foolish.
I do not wish to be feared, but to be
Okay, dude, no you're not. Conspiracies, who is that teammate? Someone on the enemy team's basically going there bronze, and guys, the reason I'm saying they're not is because if you see where it says match ranked players, right below the timer, it says silver 1, 2. Is that diamond 2? I was about to say, oh, I'm in the top of half, and I was thinking that, like, no. Why the hell am I getting matched with diamond players? Seriously, guys, that's diamond. I'm double checking after this round, which probably won't last one because it's diamond. They are going to obliterate. Hopefully, it is a case of like there's a couple diamond players between both teams, and it's not all just one team. Where the hell did he come from? Guys, I think I've said for a while, Marvel Rivals ranking needs to, you know, get changed. Because it basically, for a good while, it prioritizes the more damage you do, which is the reason I don't play competitive Rivals, because 9 times out of 10, I'm playing support. Granted, it doesn't help that most of our team did go DPS. No, actually, we have a balanced team. But again, why the hell are people on the rank of diamond? Like, guys, I know for a fact I'm doing bad. One, I'm not the best Widow player in the world. I'm probably one of the worst.
I've been waiting for
like, out of like the 5 people, no. I'm gonna say 5 people because I'm pretty sure one of them does play Overwatch. But I have like the 5 people who, I'm gonna say 4 because it's more like, because I can actually speak on for 4. I'm pretty sure I'm like the 3rd to 2nd, like, worst. Because, like, there's one person who I'm not 100% sure because I don't think they've ever played Widow. And then there's like Blue Ninja and Lord Ninja, other people who I speak to. And like Lord Riddick used to be like really good as Widow. Hold on, wait a minute, that was a full charge, right? I'm switching to Sigma for the defense because this is. Guys, I don't know what's worse, Marvel Rivals ranking system or Overwatch's, you know. Because I'm sorry, there should not be diamond players in this line. In this, you cannot, like. I kind of get it if someone on the enemy team, if a couple people, if like one person's in diamond and they're with a couple people who are in like silver. Kind of get it. I do in that case just think that they should be placed with diamond players. Because guys, I know it's not fair on the, for instance, if a bronze player is with like a diamond player and they get placed in like bronze, those Diamond players are going to sweep that lobby by themselves. 9 times out of 10, they're not going to have a problem.
Switching sides.
Now, my problem with Diamond players being in Silver is... Bron... Yeah, I'm switching to tank. We need to go on the defense. We need to be able to go on the offense. Mercy and Anna would be great because they could power up a Bastion and keep him alive. I got like 1 kill in that, but 8 deaths. Great, 2 people have left. But yeah, guys, the reason why I think it's like a bloody piss take
Let's attack the enemy from the front and take them by surprise.
is because wait a minute, is that not a fact? Yes! Guys, I know what I did is not the best thing in the world. But at the end of the day, there was just me and a Zenyatta. Now, I feel bad for that Zen, but like, both, at that point, guys, if it was an unranked game, I would have been like, no, fair enough, I will deal with it. But a competitive rank where I'm so where I'm at the point of 1 loss puts me back into Silver 2. Because, guys, Marvel Rivals has a bad rank system where you don't really rank up. You could play 100 games, and if you won, say, 99 of those games, played support in over half, so I'll say about 55 for those games, you're not going to probably rank up as much compared to if you'd played, say, 40 games and played DPS or tank in all of them. Which I disagree with. It is dumb, stupid, and it really shouldn't be based on that way. I think a rank system should be based on role specifics.
Select your hero.
If you're supporting, you're healing, you know, 15 to 20,000 per game, you should be getting benefit. You should be getting rewarded for that. If you're a tank and you're blocking shots, keeping points strong and not letting go, and you know still getting a good few kills, then you should be rewarded for that. And if you're DPS, you should be getting rewarded for kills, but you shouldn't be expecting support to get 15-20 kills, 30-40 kills per game, when their whole thing is they're not even support, a strategist. Also, guys, the difference between support and strategist, there is no difference. The definition to the words, there is a difference. Like, typically support is just used as supporting someone. Strategist is typically used as the smart people to essentially dumb it down. But what the roles are is the blocking category, the damaging category, and the healing category. Support and strategist players should be getting rewarded for supporting their teams, healing their teams, and keeping them alive, along with getting, say, a few kills. Well, that shouldn't be the main priority. Same with like tanks and vanguards. They should be getting rewarded for taking the hits, because it's their jobs. And damage should be getting rewarded for, you know, DPSing. But like, I don't see why, for instance, take a D.Va compared to a Mercy. A Mercy might get 2 or 3 kills, but like a D.Va, her nuke alone can wipe a full like six people. Well then, like, take Overwatch as, you know, with... See, guys, I'm in Silver 1, yet we've been matched with Silver 5. That's not as bad. Because guys, typically, I'm not 100% sure on this, but typically the way I consider it is bronze players are people learning how to play competitive. Typically. They don't know much about it, but they're learning and they're trying to get better. Silver players are people who are still trying to get better at the game, still trying to get better at characters, know a few characters they like playing, and have a few strategies in mind and have a few good plays. Gold players are sort of, we know what we're doing, we know how to win, we're pretty decent. Not experts, but they're still pretty decent. Diamonds are sort of more, yeah, this is not going to be too much of a problem for us. And then Grandmasters are like your pro, like you start to get your pro levels, your top 500 are your pro levels, and everything above are just sort of like, oh my god, we're gods. Just because I can't really remember the rankings. But like, silver to gold, silver 2 to about gold 4 is kind of, we're still trying to like pick up and like learn these new roles, learn what we should be doing in, you know, the equivalent of silvers and gold. It's like a lot of time I've seen with like Silver 5 players, they won't know everything because they're relatively new to Silver, but they're trying to get better and they're trying to put the effort in. You can kind of tell from like a Silver and gold player and a terrible Diamond player that they're trying to do better but they're not. Like, gold and silver players are generally trying to do better and are trying and sometimes succeed, sometimes don't. Diamond players typically are succeeding. Every single time. Why is Reinhardt charging stronger than a nuclear bomb? Also guys, if you're new around here, please like, subscribe, and go and give Craft 1 episode 3 some love. Like, episode 1 and 2 has literally made me want to do more and potentially put more episodes out. But like, episode 3 is getting me really being like, okay, the only difference here is, unless it might just be a case of episode 3 is just the outliner. I'd like it to do a lot better than it already is, because it could be doing a lot better. And I'm hoping it's going to just take a couple of days just to sort of hit the right place. We're getting minced. Okay, what I will do is 2 rounds of combat at the very least. And if I end up losing the second one, then depending on how much I win, like if I win the second one and it's not by much and it's still very risky sort of thing, then I won't do a last round. But typically when it comes to streaming Overwatch, guys, typically each game takes about 15-20 minutes, typically. So I can get through about 3 games in about an hour, and because I typically stream for about an hour and a half. Put on about 5-10 minutes talking without gameplay, and then about 5-10 minutes of talking and loading between games. Let's say 10 minutes. See, Tracer's annoying. Because she gets her pulse bomb relatively quick, or used to. Because I learned how to play Tracer back in Overwatch 1, so I don't know how well she still functions. I forgot he can change the direction.
Reset and regroup. Our numbers are low. Careful.
Although, guys, I'm saying now, come the 4th of October, which is only 4 weeks away, I'm going to be like the happiest person alive. Just because My Hero Season 8 starts then, and... No! Okay, when it came to us getting back to point, then... Like... I'm hoping it's not a case of... See guys, I know everyone says this, but typically you can kind of tell when you've got like a high level, like... Take back to the first game, which I don't think counted as a game.
Yes, I left the cave too.
Did it?
Secure.
Soy intocable.
Bazaar.
Let's go to the next point.
I doubt it. Typically if you leave the game it doesn't count.
Must be taken.
Plus the game was only about halfway through, and the only reason I left was because everyone else on my team had left, which meant, guys, if you have like 3 people leave on your team, which is classified as over half typically, or at the very least half,
Unlocks in 10 seconds.
and more specifically, if you have over half
Over there.
the people leave your team, Overwatch aren't then going to punish you for doing the exact same, because they're just going to be like, okay, you didn't want to be in a losing situation. Huh. But yeah, like, so the reason I was saying the fact of like, oh, those diamond players, which I was meant to check out that game, I'll check it after this, were on like the more likely on the enemy team, is because the enemy team were doing a lot better than what silver players typically do.
This ends now.
Now, I wouldn't necessarily say I play at a gold standard. I'd say I'd probably play at I can play at a gold standard. That's just because I've seen what gold players play at. Because guys, for a good while, a literal big complaint of mine was, until Overwatch fixed it, was me, 4 other people, Blue Ninja Lord Viridian being 2 out of 3, and another mystery person. The reason I say mystery is because the 2 I've spoken to on Twitch before now, so, and they also do Twitch themselves, so I'm gonna get hard. But yeah, so I was placed in the lowest of ranks, like very bottom bronze, and I was like, why the hell am I not ranking up? I perform a lot better, like everyone, like all the other 3 people were. Like Lord Rain was gold, Blue Ninja was in like silver, almost gold, if not gold, and then the other person was like high-end bronze, beginning silver. When every time they were in bronze, I was a petty person who was like, yes, thank God, you're doing just as bad.
Unlocks in 10 seconds.
And yes, guys, I get it. I shouldn't like say about him. I'm gonna say mate for simple sake. Guys, the reason I say mate is because this person dated a mate of mine and stopped speaking for a good while. And I've spoken to him a couple times since, but like,
Your carrier's here.
I love it when that happens. You know, you just have a player that's like, I can take the hit, and they try to play the hero, but like ends up messing them over.
Enemy spotted.
But yeah, so but yeah, all three of them were higher than me, and my big complaint was, I play so much more Overwatch than all three of you. Why the hell am I the one being, you know, told that I'm the weakest out of all of you when, like, you know, I kept up to date. I know all the I know all the tricks of sleeves for the most part of Overwatch. Like, I typically know the tanks that you kind of want on your team when it comes to competitive. Diva, Sigma, and Reinhardt are typically ones you do. Same with things like Zarya. They kind of rematch it, but like Jungle Queen's kind of one. It's like, as long as they're good, you should be fine. No, wait, no, we're all gonna get. If it was, no, we don't have one. We can hold off for like a few seconds, but we can't really afford to. Because it means now if we recapture a point, we need to hold it and not let them touch it. Yes, I will do at least another ranking, another gaming comp, but I will double check to make sure I know. Diamond level players, because guys, typically bronze, gold, and bronze, silver, and gold have kind of one thing in common. They're all basically trying to get the foot into the door. They're all trying to get better, trying to rank up. Gold players are kind of more stabilized. But, like, actually, before I do, first of all, comp, leaderboards, competitive info. It wasn't diamond, I was wrong, it was platinum, which is worse. Actually, slightly better, but still not as good. Because, guys, the way it is, it's top 500, because I completely forget the ranking every single time. Those are your best of the best. It's going to take another top 500 player to sort of go toe-to-toe, like they know everything and they're not going to go down without the fight. Then you have champions. Still pretty decent, but not as good as top 500. Same for Grandmaster. And I'm going to say same for Master and Grandmaster. Like, they're not as good as champions. They're still pretty great, though. Anyone below those ranks are going to struggle to even go toe-to-toe with them. Like top 500 of the kings. Champions are sort of like the the best of the best guards. And masters and grandmasters, I'm not 100% sure for speaking wise that way, but they're sort of just like the pawns. You know, those foot soldiers, they're still good, but they're not as good as the rest. Then diamond players, I can't 100% speak for, but I'm presuming they're not as good as master, but they are higher performing than platinum, and same for platinum. Not as good as diamond, but again, outrank gold any day of the week. But I can speak for bronze, silver, and gold because I've been in all three of those ranks. I've seen what they are like. I've also been in ranks against platinum players, and from looks of it, they make me look like I'm back in elementary school. They make me look like I'm back as a 4-year-old again. Like I'm back learning. It's like, no. But guys, we can get another part of Sojourn's Mythic. the one map I don't want. Hybrid maps are very much tricky. Sometimes it'll be simple, sometimes it won't. Control moves are just as bad, but like they're kinda slightly nicer. But like hybrids are sort of a case of you need to be able to lock down stuff. It basically hybrid maps don't put all your tests into skills. I will pick after I know who everyone's gone because right now we've only got 2 people who have picked. I'm still kind of salty when it comes to Doomfist. May still bug the living hell out of me, and Lifeweaver's still annoying. See, Doomfist is the only one out of those that I've kind of like don't want to deal with because of the first match. But then May and Lifeweaver, I'd argue, they are kind of toxic at points. Like, I'm pretty sure, I went into this conversation, I think it was on Tuesday. If not, it was definitely my Rivals video, which would have been yesterday, but I don't remember talking about this yesterday. Doomfist dead! That's nice to know. Okay, I'll accept that. Not great, but I'll accept it. I'll play D.Va. For defense, like, D.Va's great for both rounds, and it means I don't need to switch from one. Like, D.Va's great for offense, and she's great for defense. Sigma's not too bad for both, but he's definitely designed as, I can hold this down, but I'm gonna need something. But then again, if you know how to play a character, like, it shouldn't be too much of a problem.
Stick together. Let me take the hit.
But yeah, guys, like, typically, like, I honestly, Silver 2 to Gold 5, okay, that's not too much for a jump. I'm in Silver 1, so that's literally just 1 rank, that's like 3 rank difference. And that's just a case of a couple people might be in Gold 5. Everyone else is probably Silver 1. Plus, there's not much of a difference between Silver 2, Silver 1, and a Gold 5. Although they are playing good. Although guys, every time a new hero gets introduced into the game, it's kind of a 50-50 toss-up, whether they're going to be great for competitive, annoying for competitive, not going to affect competitive at all, or are literally not going to get mentioned or played in competitive because they're that bad for competitive. Because a lot of times in competitive Overwatch, you will see the same sort of rotation. It's kind of the same in Pokemon, it is the same in Yu-Gi-Oh! Kind of. For Pokemon wise, there's a Pokemon called Incineroar, Gen 7 Starler. It has an ability called Intimidate, which makes it really good. Plus, it has a few really useful moves. And that got introduced back in, what, 2015? That is still being relevant and competitive now. Yu-Gi-Oh! I'm pretty, like, Effect Veiler we first saw Effect Veiler in 5Ds. That is still getting played in competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! Now. Band Traps in general got introduced years ago. They're still getting played. Same with Overwatch. Things like D.Va, Sigma, Moira, they all got introduced in Overwatch 1. It just depends on the season, and it depends on what heroes and all that lot are getting played. But like sometimes, like for instance, any hero that can benefit from Wu Yang's, like how Wu Yang plays, are instantly going to be great. Like the more defensive heroes like Reinhardt, Wu Yang are really good because he's a closer proximity healer who can still has a bit of range, which means close range heroes and defensively characters work great with him, which means on defensive maps they're great. Freya for DPS means you can have the ability to get snipe shots without needing an actual sniper. I really wish that did one like that. I'm not saying that I'd want to play the Sombra play or the Genji or Tracer play, but if they don't touch point, it'd be really useful. Also guys, that's another thing, always thank, like, if your supports are generally doing a really good job, then, you know, just say a nice little, thanks for healing me, or thank you for doing a good job and all that lot. Although guys, I kind of slightly got humbled from, because I've never, I don't think I've ever, I might have once or twice years ago, back in Scotland, back like last year, the year before, but like I don't think I've ever played competitive Pokemon, at least on the Switch too, not at least in Scarlet and Violet. I think I might have played a couple games in Sword and Shield back in that day. But like, I've never really played competitive, so I was like, you know what? I've got a team that I'm happy with. I wouldn't say it's the best competitive team in the world, but like, I've hyper-trained, I've made sure they've got moves that are beneficial, that aren't just offensive types. Like, for instance, I would use my Aza, because guys, basically, after I completed, like, I don't know why, but I weirdly decided, you know what? I'm gonna complete the Scarlet and Violet, you know, shine, like, not complete, but like, I'm gonna go shiny hunting now that I've completed Scarlet and Violet Pokedex, which was like, I was like, I'm gonna complete it. It's like, yeah. Do I regret completing Scarlet and Violet Pokedex? No. I kind of wanted to do it with Sword and Shield, but like, they had 2 Pokemon from Generation 5 that you need to be able to trade with each other, and I hate trade evolution Pokemon. I do. There's been several times where I've wanted to use something like a Marchand, a Steelix, Conkeldurr I potentially will use at some point. Gengar or something. Sizzle. Okay, Ilari's got played the game. But yeah, like, for so long I've wanted to be able to use things like Sizzle because I do really like Sizzle. I've never been able to get a trader roll for him. Like, I think at one point I was tempted to use him on my Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl team. I generally don't have people that I can easy enough trade. Like, granted, yeah, I don't completely despise trade evolution when you've got people who can. Which is why I like the ability of owning a second Switch with Pokemon Scarlet and Violet base games being done. It made completing the Pokedex really easy.
I always land on my feet.
Not so easy now when, you know, you have version differences that you then have to complete the game on a second thing for. Or more specifically, a second account. They're really pushing the overtime. So guys, in the end, to complete Scarlet and Violet's Pokedex, what I had to do was basically I did a bunch of random trading, which got most of it, so it wasn't too bad. Damn it. So again, that wasn't too bad. Like, you can 100% complete a good portion of the Scarlet and Violet Pokedex via trading. A YouTuber named MNGTV did it, and I think he got over half. And this was in Violet. But you do have some annoyances of, if you get, say, a base level Zweilous, you've got to level it into a Hydreigon or a Dreepy, because they're both version exclusives. You then need to level them all the way up to the levels of 60s. Like a 66 for Hydreigon, and I think it's 60 dead on for Dragapult. Don't get me wrong, Dragapult's a really cool Pokemon. Hydreigon's something I've never used. I probably never will on a playthrough team because I love using pseudos. I played through Gen 4 like twice. No, 4 times. I played through it both once on Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl. This was before I had Platinum. And I think at one point I did have like a Gible and Garchomp. I then played through it on Shiny and Pearl, which I don't think I had a Garchomp, I think I might have wanted one. But then, when it came to Platinum, it's like, yep, 100% taking Garchomp. When I went to do essentially a Team Sky playthrough of Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu, I wanted to use Dragonite, but because of how annoying it is to level up Pokemon in that game, because you can't just straight up do battles against every Pokemon, you have to capture them. Which, I get it, Let's Go games aren't, like Let's Go games, I will say now, decent games. Would I prefer Fire Red Leaf Green being my first experience with Kanto? Yes, but I still classify me having a decent experience with Kanto because I've also played Heart Gold. But like, I love using pseudo legendaries when I get the chance. Like, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, I played Heart Gold because I've always preferred Ho-Ho to Lugia. I just think it looks a bit cooler, and nothing against Lugia, it's just I think Ho-Ho looks a bit cooler. I think I might be in a minority select. I think a lot of people do prefer Ho-Ho to, like, Lugia to Ho-Ho. I would also say it's got a more unique, like, its typing's better and more unique. But we had a fire flying type within the first 2 generations 3 times. Charizard, the Starla, Moltres, a legendary, Ho-Ho, another legendary. Yeah, me wanting someone to go Sombra, or tempted to do it myself, and then just jumping on point. Nah, it's not gonna work. What might work is me being able to get to points where... Oh, got Bastion. See, they barely caught point. Well guys, we have 5 minutes to like take this all the way to point 3. Hopefully it shouldn't be too bad. So to me this feels like the 3rd game, but like I chose the 2nd. But yeah, guys, that's all I love using tutors. Like, I use Tyranitar. I purposely went on my way to get Tyranitar for Hong Kong. I went on my way to get a Gibble for Platinum. Because I was like, yeah, I'm gonna need something to take care of Cynthia Beyond from. And if I'm not walking up there on my own, I'm an idiot.
Hunting them down.
Like, the reason I think I might not use one on my Green Diamond team is because one, I was trying to kind of use Ash's team, but instead of Pikachu, I used Luxray because in this case it is kind of mellow. Plus, I could get a Shinx really early on and didn't know how to play Pikachu. Plus, the way I was able to get around it, because I was like Infernape, Luxray, Floatzel, except my team was fully evolved. Floatzel, Gliscor, technically Gligar, but then evolved into Gliscor because the annoyance of getting the stuff in Platinum. Yeah, Alari 100% does. She almost got 14 life. I got a couple kills during all of that because I'm new. They're a PS4 player too. I'm gonna do one more round.
We shine together, all of us.
First to battle pass. Because we are now up to 60. Guys, bear in mind, this has been out for like 3 weeks. And I'm already at 61. 11 new boxes. Guys, I did get like so many, but then it reset back down to 2. Let's see if I get a legendary in this. I'm going to say no. I was wrong. I got 2, which means it will be back down to 1. Ooh, Retro Future. Kind of cool. And Blackheart. I'm pretty sure that's the last one I was missing. I'd be surprised. No, it went up to 6. So I got 2 legendaries, and then got instantly boosted up to 7 new boxes opened. First of all, Sojourn.
We shine together, all of us.
I'm probably going to keep it as like the messiest because I kind of like it but kind of don't. But like I'm also not the biggest fan of that. Although that I don't hate. See, Dan Cullen has 100% grown on me and I'm pretty sure I did equip it. If I was, I probably would have been full out because although... see, some of the golden black skins look great. See, quickly going to show it off with the 2 I did get. Ash and Bob. Ash looks great. Like, Ash looks great because it's not an overwhelming scent of gold. You've got black and then you've got the gold accent outlines. And black with anything looks amazing. It looks really cool. Now, Widows would be my personal favourite. And I do really love Widows. Because again, it's this nice black with this nice accent of gold. And white is a bit more gold in there. It's not an overwhelming gold. Also, her weapon, that just looks amazing. Although, something I do want to see. Ah, okay, yeah, that looks 100% worse. Basically, guys, without the gold, it looks like a dull bronzy color. But when you add gold in, you get like this really cool shiny color. I'm double checking Ash's too. Also, guys, apparently you're going to be able to combine, I don't know when, but weapon variants. It's the same for Ashes. A lot of weapons, when they have gold, a lot of weapons you just, when they've got gold added in, add it all over. Like, Ashes doesn't look too bad, but I wouldn't like it without the gold. Then you have the gold, which makes it so much more shinier. Yeah, which doesn't completely work with the actual skin, because it is a lot more of a duller, but, one, Bob. Two, at some point, I want to get this. I potentially might try and get it at the end of the season, but the only problem is it cost me 80 mythic skin, like 80, like it cost me 80, which at the bare minimum, even if I do put into the fact my 10 at the end of the season because of the bonus, it's still gonna cost me like 45 quid, because that's 50 and the price is right underneath. Then at the bare minimum 30, which I probably would just do the 30 and keep the 10, because it's like 4 extra quid. But I might try and get it at the end of the season. Ashes I also do like, but I do just like a normal gun. So I think we've done pretty well, so I am going to do one more game. But yeah, guys, getting back to my pseudo thing, like, I used Tyranitar and Garchomp in Heart Gold and Platinum. I would have used Hydreigon in Pokemon White, and again, I'd also potentially end up using it in Pokemon White 2, because that's like next on my list of Pokemon games to play. It's just, see, I'm kind of in the mood to play a Pokemon game, but I'm kind of wanting to do a Nuzlocke, but like, I don't want it to be of a region. Like, playing White 2, doing it as Nuzlocke wouldn't, like, I don't want to do essentially a new game as one, because there are a few differences between, because like White 2 is a sequel, not a remake. And why do those skins look cool? Weirdly enough, I'm pretty sure I've had decent advice on that, but no, we'll go Circuit Royale. Like, I did use a Gudra at one point in X and Y, but it was a later playthrough of X and Y. I've also used things like Tyranitar in my most recent playthrough of X and Y, which was Y, and that was a Nuzlocke I did. Because, guys, near the end, it's like, I need a couple team members, I want a pseudo. Let me have it. I also got Noi back because I wanted something to fly. So yes, guys, at the end, I was like, now I've gone past caring about Nuzlocke Wars Plus. I kind Doomfist still kind of annoying. May's still a demon, and hi Fever. But yeah, near the end I was just like, nope. At some point I probably will give Nuzlocke a proper chance, but like, guys, I don't name things, but like, I still got attached to them. Like, my Starlet almost died several times, and it got to a point where it's like, you know what, I'm introducing a rule, which was kind of fair rule. Death counters. I get like 5 to 10 death counters, and that's it. Okay, this is slightly more pushing it. Gold 5, I could understand. Also defending. If I need to play tank, it's gonna be Diva, but like, I would also like to play Mercy, but I don't know if I'm gonna be able to play Mercy. But I feel like I should just take the chance and play Diva. Just I can need a tank. But yeah, so in Kanto, like, I didn't use, like, when playing through, because that's where even my first Kanto experience, I didn't use Dragonite because one, it's a pain in the Let's Go games, leveling them up. Two, to me, Dragonite and Charizard overlap in a few ways because Charizard can learn Dragon coverage.
Let me take the hit.
Which is why up until Pokemon Violet, I had never used Dragonite. Like, literally never had. Right where that me was me being an idiot.
Guess I left the cave too early.
But yeah, so I didn't use Dragonite, but I used it in Violet, and I loved using it. It was really cool, really fun to use this really cool and sort of more goofy pseudo. Basically, there's Reinhardt. If any of them start charging, I'd want them to go straight up instead of breaking the ring of them. Plus, if it is our Reinhardt, I'd rather him be able to essentially stop writing anything and not need to put into conclusion. Damn it. I've always kind of get why people don't like Mercies. Because they can res, and a good Mercy can pull off in a really annoying one. But same point. How many days? That was all of them now. But like, I've used High Dragon, like if a pseudo takes too long, I've generally won't I have all the pseudos that there was this, which is like 10 of them. I've used most of them. Like I've used Dragonite, I've used Tyranitar. I've used both Metagross and Salamence. I've only ever used Salamence on a playthrough of Hoenn. I've used Metagross a few times, not on playthroughs of Hoenn. Just because it's not... In Oris, it's not really possible unless you get the gift. Which I always thought that the gift from Steven, that gift from Bowden from Steven was a shiny. No, I wish it was. It'd be really cool to him just going, here's a shiny Beldum, because he has one in the anime. But no. But I've used Dragonite, I've used Torrent, I've used Salamence Metagross, I've used Garchomp, never used Hydreigon. Just because it's a pain to get to, and I'd overall say it's not like for me in Pokemon White. But I think by the time I would have got it to level 66, I was given a Reshiram, a literal legendary who outclasses it in every stat. Plus, its typing wouldn't really help me because I already had Crocodile on my team, which meant an overlap of Dark. And the only reason I was running the Reshiram in the end was because one, I didn't have Dragon on my team, which in Unova you only got 2 options aren't legendaries, and one of them is pseudo, and then like 2 legendary options. I think, no, 3. But I don't know if you have access to Purim in Pokemon White and Black. Also, if anyone's wondering why I chose to play Pokemon White instead of just playing Pokemon White 2, White and Black are sequels. So I wanted to play through the base games beforehand, even though I knew how goddamn annoying a certain electric specialist in Unova is. Guys, there are several gym leaders who I personally have, who on my need this most annoying, or this is something I specifically need to deal with you. Whitney's on that list. Because I have fought Whitney twice. Once in Pokemon Crystal, which I never did complete. I got to the Shiny Gyarados, but then transferred the Shiny Gyarados to an Ultra game, no, to Pokemon Moon. No, Pokemon Sun even. And then Pokemon Heart Gold. And in Heart Gold, I was like, no, not taking no chances because she's such a pain. It took me more than one tempting crystal. And because it took me more than one attempting crystal, I willingly went and got muscled the Machamp. Machamp?
That was only a warm-up.
There's a gift trade muscle that all you need is a Draggy for in Heart Gold or in all of Johto games. If you're going to play through them, I recommend using it. It saves me. And I still classify Whitney as one of the most pain-in-the-ass trainers because of the fact that I willingly had to go, and a lot of people have problems with it. Like, I didn't have problems with it my second time around, but that's because I went and found a way around it. But like, there was like 2 gym leaders in Unova that I was sort of like, why are you so annoying? It's the normal specialist in Pokemon White and Black. Lenora, I think her name is. And then the electric specialist in Pokemon White and Black, who has a Zeb Striker with Volt Switch and 2 Emolgas with Volt Switch. You go for a Rock move on the Emolgas, Volt Switch into Zeb Striker. Go for Earth, go for Ground move on the Zeb Striker, Volt Switches into Blue Emolga. They... Granted, Lenora I don't despise, or don't find that annoying. It's just I didn't want to train up and like... I love the XP share, and I don't really like playing Pokemon games at the XP share because it means I have to do a load of training and evolving. And more annoying battles. But like, Lisa, I think her name is, she was annoying in Pokemon Black and like White.
Stick together. Let me take the hit.
Lance's cousin, because I can't think of her name in Johto. Kind of annoying, kind of more of a case of like, you beat me fair square, but I don't want to give you a badge. Yeah, guys, I just took that as a case of, the Dragon Specialist wanted to spend more time with the person who wasn't running dragons. Because I didn't have a Dragon type on my team, because in the first 2 generations you've got Dragonite and Kingdra as your fully evolved options. So, yeah, didn't have even one of those. But I did have a Dragon Dancing Gyarados with Ice Fang on my team. Which meant I was using the shiny Gyarados. See guys, I can, like, at any point a gift Pokemon and I classify this Gyarados as one, now I always end up running it. Plus it is a free shiny. There probably will be a point where I'm playing through the hog, if I ever do, for instance, if I ever do a case of, I very much try to, like, no catching Pokemon, or I decide to use Feraligatr in Heart Gold Soul Silver. But like, to me, the Gyarados is better personally than the Feraligatr. Because Gyarados has, why I think Feraligatr does actually have options on, like, on coverage with like Ice Fang and a few other things. To me, Dragon Dancing Gyarados is so much more worth it. Plus, it's a shiny. But yeah, I used Gudra partially in Gen 6. But Gambat Sudas I've never used. Hydreigon, Hisui and Gudra. I know it's technically a Gen 8 Pokemon. Because technically speaking, Gen 8 had 2 pseudos. Technically. Because we got Hisui and Gudra, which was a Dragon Steel type. I've never used it. I've only ever see. I played through Hisui, started to play through Hisui. It got so far, never went any further because I don't know why. I think something dumb, stupid basically got in my way, and I just. But yeah, so I never did complete like my because I started playing through it on my original Switch, but then got the then got an upgrade on a couple years ago because the Switch I have, my original Switch was the original version of it. So it's like because they released an update version of that called the Red Box one. I had the original version of that, which means I was like a couple years ago. I was like, yeah, I use this a decent bit. I want to start using it more. And with the fact of having more options. So I was like, I want an upgrade, which meant I played through Pokemon Violet using my new Switch, which was nice. First Pokemon games I ever played on it. Which also does mean, if I get a Switch 2, which won't be till like near Christmas, Pokemon Legends Z8 will be the first Pokemon game I play on it. Which will mean there'll be 3 versions of the Switch that I played new Pokemon games on. So, but yeah, in Kalos, I've used things like, I've used a Gudra a couple times, and once I didn't keep it on the team, because I was going to use Tyrantrum, I think that's how you say his name, the Dragon Fossil Pokemon, because I accidentally over-leveled it a decent bit, just because I wanted to evolve it as soon as possible. And because of that, I then found a Gudra. I was like, you know what, I'm going to use this. So I did. I don't remember I did complete the playthrough with it. But I've also used things like Tyrantrum in X and Y, Garchomp.
I'm not giving up.
Go into Alola. I think part of me wants to say I've used Camaro at one point. I don't remember doing it. I think I might have, or at least wanted to, but then when I found out where he was, I don't think I did in the end. I honestly can't remember. I also know I ended up using the Metagross in my first X and Y playthrough. I don't think we're winning this. I'd love to, but I don't think we're going to. But again, we still pushed back pretty well, pretty hard, and I've got a few. Soldiers got a load of kills. We could really, like, granted, a nuke could be really useful right now. An Earth Shatter would be really useful. Someone needs to get the point now. Reinhardt, you son of a... Reinhardt he could have walked up the stairs, he didn't have to just... That's kind of what I want to know, but I'm saying Reinhardt. I'm going for the Diva and the enemy Mercy. But the enemy Diva and Mercy because they play well. Hopefully this doesn't stupidly affect me, hopefully. But I've used Dragon Ball, but I didn't use one in my first original playthrough. It's something I've used a lot more recently. I think it was in my last one I played through. No, that's not a big hit. But yeah, I think it was in the last playthrough I did of Pokemon Shield. And I've briefly used Excalibur. Briefly. Basically, through a good while, my shiny team on Pokemon Violet, because I was trying to make one, was a shiny Bishop, which I didn't want to evolve into King Gambit. A shiny Glade. A shiny Excalibur, because I wanted a pseudo on my team, and it was the only one I found. And then a shiny Rayquaza. None of those were on my team anymore. They basically ended up high leveled really quickly. I wanted to use it. I did at one point want a legendary on my team that was shiny, and while I could have used the Rayquaza, I didn't want to. Granted, if I was to get given a shiny Latios of both of them, I probably would use one of them on my team. But yeah, so I briefly used shiny Excalibur, but that wasn't for that long, and it wasn't in any major battles. Camouflage, Swamp Monster, and the Witch. 2 mercies. Mine. So, Battle Pass wise, we're a decent bit way through it. I'm pretty sure I was at like level 50 like the other day. Like this came out like 3 weeks ago. Well, guys, the only thing I did, which is something I do every season, is typically I get a boost. I don't know if it's everyone or whether it's the case of how much I do play into this game. I do get a tiny bit of a boost, which usually puts me to about level 6, typically. I then bought my 20 levels, which took me up to about level 30. Which meant I went from 30, all the way up to 60 in the space of 3 weeks. That's 10 levels per week. Which means, technically speaking, in 2 weeks' time, I'll be 80. But yeah, guys, so I've used, there's 10 pseudos. I've used Dragonite Tyranitar, Salamence Metagross, Garchomp, haven't used Hydreigon, used Gudra, because I'm counting it, like, even though it's for like the last half of the game, it's still counting it because it still was used. And I'm pretty sure it's still on my team against Diantha. I think. I'm pretty sure I had that and Tyrantrum on my team, but then I swapped the Tyrantrum for... Because I love using Absol. I don't know why, I just do. I've only ever used it a few times, and I've only ever used it when I've been able to Mega Evolve it. Like, if I was to get, like, I don't even know if Absol's in Gen 9. I'm just quickly double checking. I'm not going to say I've used Comeo, I've used Dragapult. I've used Dragapult. I've not used Hisuian Gudra. And then I've used Excalibur. So I've used 6. 7. I've used 7 out of the 10. Basically, when playing through Hisui, my team ended up really unbalanced. And I didn't care, and I would not change it. Now, before I do double check, yeah, let's look at it. Also, guys, how the hell is a literal short of me playing Marvel Rivals doing pretty decent as Psylocke in her summer skin outperforming every one of my other shorts and every one of my other videos. I'm happy. It's still really questionable. Pokemon Worlds, Abyssal. Okay, YouTube wasn't useful for that. Okay, that's something I'm double checking after this. Apparently, Amstel's in the Blueberry Academy Pokedex, but I don't ever remember catching it, and I don't remember ever seeing it. Which is something I can double check. Guys, I'm literally right now just testing something. No, that's Generation 1 through Generation 9 starters. Also, guys, something I think is funny. Last time you could get Metagross in the base game for a game was Sun and Moon. Because in Sword and Shield, it's in the Crown Tundra DLC. For Scarlet and Violet, it's in the Blueberry Academy part of the DLC. In the Arctic area. Okay, I don't remember seeing... There were a load of Pokemon I'm just currently searching through now, and it's like, I don't remember seeing you lot there. Like... not Arios. Altaria is a Pokemon that I don't remember seeing in there, neither's the Magmamites. Or Lantern. Like, if they're in the base game, then I would have caught them for the base game, because I completed the base game Pokedex, then completed the Blueberry Academy ones. But yeah, guys, from what I can tell, it's not in Scarlet and Violet, which I'm pretty sure you can get Absol. See, I would 100% shiny hunt for Absol because I think it's got a really cool shiny. But I'd refuse to shiny hunt in Sword and Shield. Like, shiny hunting in Scarlet and Violet isn't too bad. Because with like Sword and Shield, you have to encounter every Pokemon, and it's like, nope. Compared to Scarlet and Violet, it's like, no, I don't see one. Right, reset the area. Right, nope, reset the area. Trust me, I know how annoying it is resetting the areas now, considering, guys, currently right now in Scarlet and Violet, you can get 3 fire Pokemon. You can get Armourouge and Through-Edge because you can get Charcadet. Granted, the armors you need to evolve Charcadet into either Through-Edge or Armourouge is game specific. That wasn't fun. Transferring an Armourouge to Pokemon Scarlet to get the armor, going around and dealing with a couple more Beldum, and remembering the fact of where they spawned, and I instantly went to an Ice Mountain because I knew you can get Beldum and that lot up there. Going back and then transferring it back into Pokemon Violet. You then had Ninetales, which I did not know Ninetales came with an ability called Drought. That is currently on my shiny team because of its ability, and it's now one of my favourite shinies. I never thought I'd be able to say the day where I'd use a Ninetales over Arcanine or Rapidash. Like, there's a bunch of Kanto Pokemon that I've never used. Ninetales was part of the list, no longer. Although at some point I might just go over every Pokemon because Kanto's not too bad, it's only 150. But like go through all of them and be like, how many have I actually used? Because I think I've used about 50 of them. Because I've used all 3 Kanto starters and fully evolved them. I've used Eevee, I've used Pikachu, I've used Mewtwo, I've used Dragonite, like I've used Ninetales, which that gets it up to what, 15, 20? I think. I've used Rhydon. So but yeah, so guys, thanks for watching. Sorry for that. I do this thing where it's either annoying or not too bad, where I go on a tangent. Again, I'm sorry when I do. New Craftmon episode out. Go check it out if you are new around here. Please like and subscribe. Potentially, again, depends how I'm feeling tomorrow night, because I might decide to be nice and stream again. Which would literally just mean the only day this week I can't stream would be Wednesday. And why it'd be the annoyingest thing in the world, I might stream tomorrow night, I don't know. Either way, I'm pretty sure I'll end up doing content in some form or fashion tomorrow night. Because I'll either be streaming or I'll either decide to be like, yeah, fancy. See, part of me is like, do I record a new episode of Craftmon early? Or do I actually give myself some chance to get a few more bits and bobs done that I wanted to get done? And part of me is tempted to just give myself a few more days to get those bits and bobs done. But either way, guys, it's the time of signing off. Hope you've enjoyed. See you later. Bye.